Shalom, everybody. Rabbi Edelstein here with another installment of Rabbi E in 3, brought to you by MEOR DC. Please check us out on the web, MEORDC.com, or on Facebook at MEOR DC, and learn about all of our programs, especially the amazing 10-week seminar, the Maimonides Jewish Leaders Fellowship. We're taking applications for the spring semester at GW now. Okay, get ready, everybody. Something a little bit different tonight. I want to talk about cell phones. Yes, we'll tie it into the Torah portion, but I want to talk about cell phones. Just so I'm going to diffuse any criticism at the beginning by saying I have a cell phone, and everything I say tonight is directed at me just as much, really, as everybody else. But haven't we gone too far in allowing cell phones not just to control our lives and divide our attention? That would be bad, but literally destroy our character traits, or rather they're an accessory to the destruction of our character traits. How many times have you been across from someone you like, maybe someone you love, I don't know, at a meeting, at a date, and you're talking and they're looking down and checking their cell phone? Maybe texting someone, I don't know, checking the news, whatever they're doing. Is that normal? Is that reasonable? Now, I do it too, okay? I've been on both ends of it, so I know whereof I speak. It's terrible. Well, let's be honest, terrible, right? Whether we're talking Jewish ethics or just being a normal, decent person, not etiquette, just menschlichkeit, that's a Yiddish word, just being a decent person. You give someone your attention, especially someone you care about. What a disregard for another person by, looking down at your cell phone. Now, and what's even more remarkable, if it was something important, if someone's waiting for a very important message from their office or I don't know what, but that's not what it is. You're checking who's on Facebook, you're checking the latest headlines, what are we doing? It's ridiculous. So, we're not only slaves to our cell phones. We'll talk more about that. This is the first of a series of diaries or diatribes, folks. We'll talk more about we're slaves to our cell phones. That's the tie into this week's Torah portion. But not just we're slaves to something, we're slaves to a lot of technologies, and that's its own issue, its own problem. But this particular one, the cell phone, which does a lot of good. I text my wife, it strengthens our relationship. But it's so easy to let this device ruin our character traits, or at least contribute to not being a mensch, not showing other people honor and respect in our interactions with them. And of course, it divides our own attention too. We're slaves to our cell phones. The Jews in Egypt, this week's Torah portion is the beginning of the book of Exodus, Shemos. They were slaves to Pharaoh in Egypt. I know it's not a physical oppression, thank God, we're living in right now in the Western world, but we're spiritually enslaved. And that's part of the story of the Exodus as well. Galut, exile, our deeper commentaries say, doesn't just mean a physical exile, i.e. away from the land of Israel and the land of Egypt or wherever. It means being cut off from our deepest selves, from our spiritual root. Now, the cell phone is not responsible for that, but oh boy, it aids and abets cutting ourselves off from even just serenity and mindfulness, and definitely the deepest part of ourselves. Have a great Shabbos. We're going to get redeemed from this, you and I together. Oh yeah, good Shabbos.